A blockchain startup sold for the first time ever a real apartment and a real house as a collectible NFT. Is this the beginning of a new era for real estate? Is the property market and mortgages going to be disrupted? Stay tuned. If I can change my life, so can you. Subscribe to my channel and I show you how. My name is Fabrizio Cravero and this channel is all about property investment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and let's create a community of investors that grows together. But now your time is valuable and let's go straight to the point. I love my nice historical buy-to-let in the UK, but today we're gonna jump to the future because the property market is going to be disrupted since the blockchain startup Proppy sold the first ever real apartment as a collectible NFT back in June 2021, and just last February, the first ever house as NFT. NFTs, DeFi, crypto-backed mortgages, and fractionalized ownership are the new trends that will change forever the way we intend real estate investing now. Let's put things into perspective first. When I say NFT, I'm sure you think of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, etc. They are sold on a daily basis for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Many think that it is crazy, and they may be right. But the key point here is to understand the technology behind it and the real possible application in the real world. Wikipedia says, a non-fungible token, NFT, is a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain, a form of digital ledger that can be sold and traded. Types of NFT data units may be associated with digital files, such as photos, videos, and audio. NFT ledgers claim to provide a public certificate of authenticity and proof of ownership, but the legal rights conveyed by an NFT can be uncertain. To use simple terms, an NFT is like a digital contract, so it is not only an image, but can be associated with anything tangible as well. To give an example, many influencers offer tickets to their yearly convention for their NFT holders only. Or Gary Vee created the world's first members-only private dining club in New York, where membership is purchased on the blockchain as an NFT. Thinking of these examples, I'm sure you can start to understand how an NFT can be associated with a real-life property and actually make real estate investment much easier and streamlined. That's exactly what a company called Proppy did back in 2021, when this apartment here in Kyiv has been sold at auction for 36 ETH, the equivalent of $93,000, almost 5 times the starting bid. The NFT include, of course, the apartment as the main asset, and they also included a digital artwork NFT by a popular Kyiv graffiti artist. Proppy made history with that transaction, and they proved that a property transaction through NFT was possible, and this is the process they follow. The auction winner became the owner of the NFT that gives the right to the US-based LLC that control the property. That's how they work out the way to transfer ownership of the apartment without having to get involved the land registry for the transfer. By doing that, Proppy developed the smart contracts and the legal framework that it is suitable for the US market, and they launched a real estate NFT auction platform that is going to literally turn real estate properties into NFTs. And eventually they managed, on February 8th, Proppy auctioned this house here in Florida, breaking the news once again as the first ever NFT property in the US sold as an NFT. The home in Tampa has been sold for 210 ETH, worth roughly $650,000. So once again, the process followed was the same as the flat in Ukraine. The NFT contract was linked to a US-based entity and the company controls the property. Who knows, in the future, in the property investment secrets platform that I'm developing, you may be able to buy NFT properties as well. Let's see how it goes. But for the time being, you can check and you can get access to the free sneak peek of the Property Investment Secret course in the description below. Now, you must be thinking, what's the big deal about using NFTs to buy real estate? This is so disruptive that all the professionals involved in a property transaction must be really careful and follow what it is happening right now. I invest in property in the UK, and the whole process of buying and especially getting a mortgage there is a real pain. Let me say it like that, not to use bad words. But can you imagine if all the legal documents proving the ownership of a property are stored in a safe blockchain contract and that can be transferred just with a simple click? No more months of waiting for the registration of the ownership, and everything transparent, including the due diligence. This is really disruptive, and I'm sure it won't happen commonly for quite a long time, I believe. But I personally see this as the property investor's dream. Plus, in addition to providing proof of ownership to the holder, the real estate NFTs created through Propi can also be used as a proof of collateral for crypto-based borrowing and lending. And this is another part that will change the investor's life completely. There is a company called Milo, which is a Miami-based fintech startup that claims to offer the world's first crypto mortgage by allowing customers to use Bitcoin as a collateral to qualify for a 30-year loan. Their plan is to open their service to Americans and international customers looking to purchase real estate in the United States. And finally, another disruption in the real estate market comes from another company called Vesta Equity that recently launched a project with the goal of becoming the world's first peer-to-peer marketplace for real estate-backed NFT assets. The goal of Vesta Equity is to allow homeowners who own their homes outright to tap into the equity of their homes through tokenization, and token holders would then be able to sell off a portion of it as a fractionalized NFT. As I said, this is just the beginning of a long journey. Those companies may be replaced by others and may not be the ones that will bring the new technologies to the masses. But seeing the size of the world real estate that reached 326 trillion in 2020 according to Savills, the interest on getting a little slice of the huge cake are massive. And as a property investor, I personally pay very close attention to what's going on. And that's just my thoughts about NFTs and real estate. But I want to hear from you. Tell me your thoughts and let me know if you want more videos on NFTs and blockchain applied to property investment. Let me know in the comments below, and if you gain value from this video, I really appreciate it if you can tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, invest with knowledge, create financial freedom, and I'll see you in the next video.